Sure there will be. There's 26 very determined faces out there, and this first 10 minutes won't be any place for the faint-hearted.
Do you think Graham Lowe may have instructed his players to go in tight and hard?
Oh, obviously, yeah. I think the first 20 minutes is the key to the game here. I think Queensland must weather the storm from New South Wales and then go on with it from there.
Yeah, here we go. Back to you, Allan.
A kick-off about to be affected by Mal Meninga. Bill Harrigan hits the whistle, and the first Winfield State of Origin underway. Ricky Stuart to return Meninga's favour. Hoff's first touch in for Belcher. There's no one at home. Stuart will be the chaser. Now this will be Khan to run it. Doesn't know too much about the kicking game, Willie Khan. He's put down by Daley and Roberts. Meninga to hit it up like a front rower. In goes Elias. Over the top one, Geyer. Jackson over the advantage line, 8 short of the halfway. Jackson grabbed by Sirinen. Now Walters. 10 metres inside New South Wales territory. Final tackle, Langer. Johns. Runs into Larson and McLean. They put him down, 12 out from the line. Alexander to dummy half. Over to Lyons. There's some thought that his knee was a little bit suspect. But he gets up and plays the ball quickly to Elias, and now Roach. He's at the 22. Sirinen. Good run from the big fellow.
And a good hit from Jackson.
Final tackle coming up, New South Wales. Not quite having it right. Stewart. This will bounce between both Hoff and Hancock. And Hancock will run it at Ettingshausen. Ettingshausen stood his ground, put him down. Meninga to Hoff. Ettingshausen again the tackler. Queensland inside their own quarter. Lyons coming away with the ball, heading off to the try line. Or Harrigan saying, no, you won't. I think Clifford Lyons was the only one on the ground who thought he was going to score.
Yes, and the first penalty of the match, and again we said Harrigan will try and keep these teams apart. Noticed in that first set of tackles, and here we go with Lyons coming in to help, and to Ettingshausen. Of course, that new rule straight from the IRB, from the international meeting in France, not in play as of yet.
So Queensland get outside their own 22 by about 12 metres. Martin Bella. Roach and Elias get hold of him. Roach a little over the top. No harm in the tackle. And Jackson had overrun Walters, so Walters had to take the tackle right on the halfway mark. Jackson to dummy half. McLean, he's lost it. Hit hard in the tackle. New South Wales can't hang on to it, but Queensland knocked it on first. New South Wales will have the feed.
It's a fair stop sign in the shape of Mark Geyer.
Stopped him in his tracks. Lyons. Hoff has to hurry. Ettinghausen's first there. Can he wrong foot him? No. Great work from Andrew Ettingshausen. Queensland 5 out from the line. Langer away to Larson. In goes Sirinen. The North Sydney lock goes to ground. Now G. Stewart the tackle. Bella to get over that advantage line. Stewart went low. Geyer came in. Jackson back to Walters after the dummy. Stephen Walters stands his ground. Ball reefed out of his hands. Play on, says Bill Harrigan. And Lyons dummies to Daley. So New South Wales have the ball 12 metres inside Queensland territory. Laurie Daley. Jackson went hard. Stopped his momentum. Lewis finished him off. Elias. Lewis has got him. and about 3 over the top, and Bella, Jackson, McLean. Roberts. Now to Roach, changes direction. He got it back to Elias. Geyer one hands it to Johns, and his Broncos teammate Mick Hancock waits for him and puts him to ground. Ettingshausen. Stuart, and it's up high. Hoff's there. I don't know whether Hasler's onside. It didn't matter. But he took the ball well, Paul Hoff, and Laurie Daley met him at the same time. Lewis's first touch of the football at the 22. The crowd loved that. Jackson. Tackled by Hasler. Queensland only 5 metres outside their own 22. Larson. Hit hard by Roberts. The kicking game about to be tested by Queensland as it goes to Meninga. He gave an ordinary pass to Hancock. He stayed in the field of play. Now the kicking game tested on the final tackle. Langer's just got it in. Play on. Lewis finding support, but ruling that the New South Wales player didn't play at the football, so it was the final tackle and the handover. Walters not agreeing with it. Now Lyons inside to Daley, and he was just caught. Martin Bella was the front rower who came across in cover. Lyons out the back to Daley, but the back line of New South Wales isn't there, so it goes to Roberts. Lewis stopped him, finished off by Andrew G. Roach to hit it up hard and straight. The big blocker's almost out the quarter. 0-0 the score. Lyons, short passing. Daley looking for Ettingshausen. Oh, here's trouble. O'Connor about 6 metres short of the try line. Hasler goes to dummy half. Now it's gone to Stuart. Is he looking for a cutout pass? Elias changes direction. They change it back to Sirinen, and Sirinen's 1.5 metres away from the line on the final tackle. Elias, blindside with Lyons. The kick from the in goal, and Queensland under pressure.
Well, a slightly sloppy end to a wonderful passage of play from New South Wales and Gene Miles. They really look the 13 on the field for New South Wales that they've played with each other a lot before, as obviously they have on the Kangaroo Tour.
Yeah, they sure do, mate. They're playing out their 6 tackles, which Queensland aren't doing, and I think a little bit of the early game nerves are playing a little bit of havoc with Queensland, so I think it's important that they play out their 6.
Martin Bella takes it forward 5 metres. There's 8 minutes gone and 0-0 the score. Mike McLean got it away to Larson. A little bit unconvincing. Now Walters over to Jackson. He's met at the advantage line by Roberts.
That's the difference. New South Wales defence is meeting the Queensland attack. Queensland defence waiting for the New South Wales attack.
Langer chips it straight to the hands of Ricky Stuart, and the two little fellows, well, they're not little fellows, but they're the two halfbacks. They confront each other just inside Queensland territory. Here's Lyons again. Alexander into space, but no one's with him. Can he beat Hoff? No, he can't, and that's bad play from New South Wales. Alexander had them split. Where was Daley? Daley shaking his head downfield. Ettingshausen wasn't there, nor were the wingers, and that was a try bomb.
I think Mick O'Connor might have slightly misread this as Lyons put Alexander beautifully through the gap. Now, Mick O'Connor at this stage is on the left flank. His options are either to get on the inside of Alexander. He decides to stay outside. Paul Hoff does a wonderful job in defence.
Well, that was a let-off for Queensland as Khan takes it 12 out from the line. Alexander's virtually first touch of the ball into space, running off Lyons. Queensland with Martin Bella. Good strong run over the top of Ettingshausen, fixed off by Roach. Now Jeter carted up. He's met by Stonewall defence. Queensland playing this game in their own territory. So far they're surviving. Jackson. Alexander. No room down the touchline. Driven back in the tackle. And I think we might have seen the key to the kicking game, Andrew Slack there to Alexander. Kick on a very, very short side. Don't let him have the open spaces. Run him up the touchline.
Certainly, but already the New South Wales kicking game does look stronger than Queensland's. But Queensland can hold New South Wales. They've had 10 minutes so far. If they can hold them without losing points, it could be a great morale booster for them.
Roach. Now Elias to Geyer. He's got a pass back to Ettingshausen. Hoff will have to get him. The kick's ahead. The race is on, and Hoff saves the day and stays in the field of play. By golly, he has been tested, Paul Hoff, here tonight. Khan, can he get out of his in goal? He's away. Can he link up with anybody? Great run from Willie Khan. He was tackled by Roberts. And now Lewis into Hasler. Jackson goes to dummy half. Jackson. Well, Paul Hoff came in for the fullback and Gary Belcher, the test fullback, who's in the grandstand, and he has a worried look on his face, but Paul Hoff has done well here in the first 15 minutes. Langer down the centre of the ground to Alexander. Which option? He runs to O'Connor's wing. Can he take him with him? He does so. Can't wait for O'Connor and puts him down. And they're a bit slow getting back, New South Wales. Daley will have to run it on his own. Lewis slow to get to his feet and back play. Sirenen straight at Walters. He's underneath and puts him down. Now Stuart has Roach beside him. Gives it inside to Roberts. On the final tackle, Stewart's the first receiver. Queensland wingers do not drop back. They spin it with Lyons. Now he kicks behind Hancock for Johns, and the ball will go into touch, beating both of them.
This telecast is proudly sponsored by Castlemaine Perkins, makers of 4X.
So far, Queensland weathering the storm, Andrew.
Yes, the defence has been good enough, and as I alluded to earlier, if they can just prevent New South Wales scoring, if New South Wales can get through in the next 5 minutes or so, it could just sap.
Hancock, he's away! Tackle 10 short of the halfway. Lewis was in support. Lewis will serve Langer beside him. Jackson's outside him for the pass. Can they put Meninga into a hole? Jackson stays on his feet. Back to Langer. Stays on his feet, back to Lewis. Well, McLean.
All looking a bit flat in attack at this stage, the Queenslanders.
Played it by Elias, and Queensland will come up with 6 to go. Right on the halfway mark. Queensland find it very hard to get to New South Wales territory, but Bella does now. Andrew G. Back to Stephen Walters. Harrigan trying to tell Ettingshausen he's creeping inside the 5. Now to Langer and to Lewis. Meninga. Can the big fellow put on the spurt to Hoff? Inside the 22. Now Khan to dummy half. Jackson's first receiver. Meninga's beside him. Inside to Meninga. And the Australian captain on the final tackles 10 out from the line. This should be in the air. Jackson puts it up. Here's the tester. It's not a good one. In fact, it's almost gone backwards. And New South Wales will come up with possession.
Well, Andrew Ettingshausen is best known for his attack, but his defence has been wonderful tonight, Gene. Yeah, it sure has, mate. I think he's prevented a couple of attacks from Queensland, but I think you'll notice in that set of 6, that was the first time Queensland has spent any time in New South Wales territory, and if that bomb hadn't been a little bit better and just kept them in the dead ball, I think that would have been the better move. Do you think they're looking a bit at 6s and 7s in attack? Yeah, well, I think the game's been played at one hell of a pace, and I think both sides are feeling the pinch at the moment.
Hasler, centre field, 10 metres inside New South Wales territory. Elias. It's been touched, and this will give Hancock a bit of room. Now, he should be able to beat Elias. He did. But then, that was as far as he got, because Daley was there. Hoff from dummy half, wrong foot, well, almost wrong foot of Ben Elias, but he's a master in the dummy half position. There's the Balmain captain. Lewis trying to find ground. I reckon that's all right. The bounce has gone the right way. That's where the mound on the ground is, and Lewis knew it. And Queensland are just starting to stem the tide.
Graham Lowe obviously pleased with that effort, and I'm a bit surprised that I guess Queensland have had 4 or 5 kicks at this stage. That was the first of Wally Lewis, and it proved who is the best kicker in the Queensland team, and he's the man who should be doing most of it.
New South Wales backs up relatively flat. Lyons, what's he do? Oh, there's gaps out wide, and away goes Ettingshausen. What can he do? Hancock's got him, and so has Larson.
Classic cover defending tackle from the lock, Gary Larson.
Now John's at dummy half. Geyer hits solidly in the tackle. Coming around from Larson and also McLean. Who's the next big forward to hit it up? It's a little lock and Desi Hasler. Queensland will have to go up. Alexander's made a meal of it. He's going to kick it into touch.
That's good pressure from the Queensland defence. New South Wales obviously out there with the intention of throwing the ball around. If Queensland can maintain that straight line and put a bit of pressure on, that's the sort of things that will happen. Ball will go to ground. Queensland will retrieve the ball.
Lewis was looking for Jackson, but Jackson was too far behind him. Now Hoff's come into the back line as he receives the ball. Inside New South Wales territory. So for about the last 8 to 10 minutes, Queensland have been inside New South Wales territory. New South Wales had ample opportunity in the first 10 minutes to put 2 tries on the board. Walters just outside the 22. Queensland in possession. Langer. G. Meninga. Back to G. Khan has to come in field and take the tackle. This is the final one. Langer calls for it. It's for the in goal. Alexander takes it and starts to motor. Oh, great tackle. Great tackle, Peter Jackson. Better let him go. He didn't, and undid all the good work. No good the crowd booing. It affected the tackle and refused to let go of his legs. It was a great opportunity for Queensland.
There's the call from Harrigan now to let him go and play the ball. Peter Jackson didn't hear it or ignored it. Penalty to New South Wales.
17 minutes gone. In the first half, 0-0 the score. New South Wales prepared to throw the ball more over the park than Queensland. Roberts met by Jackson and G over the top. Now Elias to Stuart. Doesn't want Siren. Gives it to Geyer. Larson's got him. Allan Langer tries to hang on to him. Martin Bella tries to come over the top. They eventually put the Penrith boy to ground. Lyons. That's down Hoff's throat. Now there's only 3 there. Can he skirt Lyons? No, good work, Cliffy Lyons. Langer to dummy half. Will have to give it to Khan. He runs at Roberts. Over the top was Daley. He's 8 short of the halfway. McLean. Busting run from the Newcastle second rower. And now we'll play it through Langer. Lewis. Cut out pass for Meninga. And he dummies. Here's Daley. Pass has gone to Lewis. Lewis has crunched. Hasler got one for his own measure by his own man and Alexander. Lewis plays it. It's gone to Langer. What's on here? Jackson changes the point of direction. Stands back to Khan. And Willie Khan's 12 out from the line on the final tackle. Into the in goal. And New South Wales cover too good with Roberts.
The kicking game again, not taking full advantage of getting in that position of the New South Wales quarter. There's been 3 or 4 kicks now, and not really any of them have put immense pressure on the New South Wales defence.
Well, New South Wales have come out, they've thrown everything at Queensland. Queensland have held their own, and they've just started to, I wouldn't say turn the tide, but they're certainly starting to play with a lot more confidence. Maybe Gene Miles, Queensland, believed that New South Wales might have thrown their best shot of the dice.
Well, mate, I think that they've lasted now 18 minutes, and you know, it's all been toe-to-toe stuff. So I think now the opportunities will come out wide, which Queensland just proved.
Oh, Stewart's made a meal of it, and this is the chance Queensland wanted. Changeover on the final tackle. Lewis, long pass to Meninga, pushes off Lyons and takes the tackle. Lewis the dummy half. Larson looks to hit it up. Over the advantage line he goes, and inside the 22. Now for Walters. Bella. 14 out from the line. Now it goes to Langer. He dummies, and he's 10 out. To G now, and to Lewis. Running across and giving it to Meninga to change of direction. Someone will have to tidy up. Steve Walters will. Gets away from one. Stays inside the 22, and they're on the final tackle. Langer's looking the blind side. Over the top it goes. Ettingshausen has to hurry with Hasler and Alexander. And eventually it's Hasler who saves the day.
Impressive performance so far from Steve Walters. He's gaining some nice ground around dummy half. If we look at perhaps the first use of the interchange fence. What's happening down there, Sean?
Actually, New South Wales guys are warming up as well, Gillespie and Lazarus. So it looks like we're going to have some changes pretty soon.
New South Wales now with a goal line dropout. There's 20 minutes gone in the first half, 0-0 the score. Stuart to try and drop this to the halfway mark. Well, Hoff just waits over that mark and takes it now. And he runs it back to the 22. That was pretty poor chasing from New South Wales. No one got down there in a hurry. G coughs it up. Sirenen. New South Wales had possession, but the kick and chase, well, the kick was there, but the chase wasn't.
Yeah, plenty of vim and vigour early on from New South Wales, but it has subsided lately, and something Queensland would like to take advantage of. Unfortunately for them, that drop ball from G, perhaps the pressure relented somewhat.
8 metres outside their own 22. Elias to distribute. It's gone loose. Picked up by Queensland, gone back, and that'll be McLean's ball.
Caused by Wally Lewis putting pressure on, coming to meet the attack, which Queensland weren't doing early. They're doing it now.
Langer goes to the short side. He was looking for Mickey Hancock, but Hancock had come in to take the ball up as a forward to relieve a bit of pressure. Bella. Geyer slings him to the ground. He's lost the football. New South Wales will come up with it. Hasler. Tackled by Jackson. New South Wales on their own 22. Stuart. It's a long pass to Lyons. Can he beat Lewis? He'll turn it to Daley. Larson waits for him. Larson's got him. Good lock forward stuff from Gary Larson.
Gillespie coming on for New South Wales.
In the meantime, Stewart's found a half hole. Geyer's out wide. Not the fastest man on the park, and now Elias has popped it up. Queensland come up with the ball. Just when New South Wales had created a gap, here's Larson over the halfway mark. Just when they created a gap, they lost it.
Yes, the pass from Ricky Stuart far too hard to Elias.
Now Langer. McLean. Tackled by Roberts. This game's starting to slow just a fraction now. Lewis to Meninga. Back to Lewis, and Hoff to run it straight. That's all he knows. Almost got through the tackle, but over the top came Roach. With him was Hasler doing a power of tackling, Des Hasler. Now Langer. Alexander. Dummies, missed by McLean, into space, missed by Bella. Now it goes to Ettingshausen. Hoff will have to get him, slows him down, and gets him. Hancock was there to cover. Who wants it? Oh, the runners got in each other's road. They lost their momentum, New South Wales, although they still have numbers. Inside to Daley. Hasler's on his shoulder. He's gone without it. Elias will pick it up. And he's ruled and deemed that a knock on, and Elias is questioning it.
Due as the Lyons and Daley switch routine is cutting holes through the Queensland defence. They're reading each other's play very well. Gene, I'm very surprised.
Pressure in this 50-metre zone. You know, they've let New South Wales off the hook on a number of occasions. And, you know, it's a very dangerous period now for Queensland. They've weathered the storm, and, you know, New South Wales are playing Tim Sheens brand of football now and starting to throw it around.
Mate, could you understand why Wally isn't doing more kicking?
No, I really can't understand it, unless he's just not in a position to kick there.
He is now. Goes to O'Connor. Tries to run around Langer, and he won't do it. Alexander goes to dummy half, and Johns will have to hit it up. McLean went high.
Gillespie on for Surinam.
Oh, this is sloppy play from New South Wales. I'm just wondering, Gene Miles, if Queensland go to the break at 0-0, they must come out with a psychological advantage second half.
I'm sure Graham Lowe would be extremely happy if they could go to the break at 0-0, but as I said before, this is a very important 15 minutes for Queensland.
Now Stuart giving Hoff plenty of work. That's a long kick. He's got a great kicking game as Ricky Stuart, and Hoff picks it up and runs it at Daley. And Daley put him down. Khan will have to go to dummy half and try and ruck something out of here about 5 metres. He'll do better than that. Willie Khan will do better than that. Now Meninga, and out wide it goes to Hancock. Stewart's got him covered, missed him. Hasler came and missed him. Stewart finished him off. Great run from Willie Khan. Now to Walters, to G, and now Lewis. He dummies 10 metres over the halfway mark. And there's 14 minutes to half-time, 0-0 the score. Walters. 8 short of the 22. Now Langer. He's got Larson inside him. Went back to G. And waiting for him was Geyer, and that was the end of that. Jackson. Dummies. Dummies, Jackson. The runners are G. That could have been touched. No, it's play on. Jackson goes through, tackle without the ball, and that'll be a penalty Queensland. This is the first time we've seen a penalty in the kicking area. In fact, we haven't seen many penalties at all.
No, it's great, isn't it, not to notice the referee, but that was certainly a fair penalty to Queensland, and it's developing as one of those games where you'll take the 2 points when you can. It could become very crucial, and here's the reason for the penalty. The kicker's come through. We've just missed that, and there's the late tackle on the kicker. And also Greg Alexander made a bit of a method.
Hits it. It's over. Queensland hit the front, 12 minutes to half-time. They lead by 2 points to 0.
Mal Meninga has had a lot of work and attack in this last 15 minutes. He's worked well with Wally Lewis, the old combination, and Peter Jackson, that very experienced midfield.
Down to Meninga. Geyer waits for him, changes direction, ran into Roberts. 6-1 half does the other. Jackson. Good run from the prop. Walters. Out to G. He runs at Hasler. By God, he gets through some work, Desi Hasler. There's a better 80-minute player in the game. I'll walk to Burke. Larson. Lewis. Now, O'Connor or Alexander. O'Connor will take it, and there's about 8 maroon jerseys waiting for him. Only needed one with Larson. And so far tonight, Andrew, the debutantes have held their own.
Well, Gary Larson really has been outstanding.
Whoops, he's trouble. Chris Johns, Hancock's after him. Now the pass to Ettingshausen, he's dropped it. And Hoff's come up with it. And the big fellow's away. And now he's lost it. And it's an open ball game. There's gaps all over the park. Gillespie, first touch of the football. Here's Roach. G went high, slowed him down. Langer with the help put him down. There's 10 minutes to the break. O'Connor from dummy half. 35 out from the Queensland line. Gillespie to hit it up. And unloads to Stewart. He's dropped it. And New South Wales have got a touch of the dropsies in this first half.
Yes, well, they're not throwing the sympathetic passes. Again, that was the case of just tossing it too hard right at Stewart's chest at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Stewart was guilty of the same misdemeanour some time ago. Now he knows how it feels. Queensland back with an opportunity to run the ball.
Well, Lang has picked up the ball. The New South Wales players very lucky not to be pinged. Alexander looked a mile offside. Now with Larson. The tackle underneath from Geyer. cut him down like a machete. McLean stands his ground, gets to the halfway before he's put down. Now Bella through Elias, almost. Elias wrapped him up. Daley and Stuart back a shallow 5. Now to Lewis. Meninga. It's touched by New South Wales and will go into touch. That came off a New South Wales player for mine. Gary Belcher no doubt bitterly disappointed he's not out there, but by golly, he'd be proud the way that Paul Hoff's substituting for him. Langer feeds. 8.5 minutes to half-time. Queensland lead 2-0. In it goes. Hello, what's happened here? Langer's knocked it on. He's got the penalty.
Well, that's not highly intelligent play from Mark.
Geyer was the offender.
There's no way the referee couldn't have seen it as offside. He kicked the ball back into the scrum and just gives Mal Meninga another opportunity, although Lewis has opted to take the 2. He's got a decision on his hands.
So Lewis to kick for touch. Walters taking a bit of time to set himself. Whoops. Langer hangs on to it. Now back to Larson. Larson's tackled by his opposite number and Desi Hasler. Walters is a... No, they've lost it. New South Wales too quick in the strike and the play the ball. Daley down injured. Elias will play it. O'Connor. Daley slowly to his feet. Or to his haunches anyway. Roberts. Queensland tackling like demons. 7 minutes to the break. New South Wales have created ample opportunities to score. They haven't finished it off. Geyer on Langer. Bit of an uneven contest, so Wally Lewis came in to even it up. They still couldn't put the big Blake down. Stuart. Tackled by his opposite number. And now the final tackle. Khan drops back. Alexander the kicker. Down to Hoff and Hancock. How's the bounce? It'll set up for Mick Hancock. Hasler's the chaser. Stepped inside Hasler, and who was there to put him down but Andrew Ettingshausen. Well, Khan did well to pick that up. Just wondering whether that ball's a bit slippery. That looked like it slipped out of Hoff's hands on that pass. So this will help Queensland. Help relieve a bit of pressure, get the ball out of their own territory. Jackson to kick for touch. Finds it.
This telecast is proudly sponsored by the bank that keeps banking your way, Metway Bank.
Now for Jackson. Runs at the 22-metre line. 5.5 minutes to half-time. Queensland lead 2 points to 0. It's now with Langer. Long pass to Lewis to Meninga. Who wants it? Inside is Jackson. Back to Lewis to Larson. He'll run it straight. New South Wales cover defence to the 4. This is a one tight game of rugby league. Langer still trying to get away from Alexander and Stuart. Walters can't wrong foot Elias. On the final tackle. Lewis calls for it. Over the top it goes. And it'll be forced over the dead ball line, but very shakily. Chris John scooting back. This will be a goal line dropout, so Queensland with a chance to keep the pressure up.
And really the first time that there's been any great pressure on a kick in the 22. New South Wales lucky to get out of it, but the pressure will soon be back on them, although Stuart does give these dropouts a thumb. He'll get it up to at least the halfway if past form is any indication. Stuart and Langer really having a good one-on-one tonight.
Shallow one. So Hoff gives it to Larson. Gary Larson 10 out from the 22. Bella's lost it. Bill Harrigan ruling the ball propelled in a forward motion. Well, it had to. I guess he was going forward.
Yeah, he's worked hard, Bella, but that's twice in about that area he has cocked up position.
Does play in contact lenses, Martin Bella.
Queensland had plenty of possession lately, dominating both scrums and penalties. 5-2, the scrums 4-1 the penalties, so they can have no complaints from that side of things. Bill Harrigan having a yarn to Martin Bella at this stage. What do you think that'll be about, Gino?
All right, mate.
Bill Harrigan, Martin Bella having a take. What might that be about?
Mate, Martin lost one of his contact lenses, and he's indicated to the trainer that he wants it to hang on to it until half-time.
New South Wales get a penalty. Might have been a bit of chat in there. Only 3 1/4 minutes to half-time. Queensland lead 2 points to nil as Stuart finds touch. 3 metres inside Queensland territory. Can Queensland hold on for 3 minutes to half-time? New South Wales lined out. Ettingshausen, Daley. Lyons. Gillespie had overrun him. I don't know whether Gillespie thought he was a decoy, but Gillespie had overrun Lyons virtually before he had the ball. Elias turning it up the middle for Roberts. Now back it goes to Gillespie and Stuart. Geyer. Can he create havoc out wide? Very hard man to put down, but Jackson slung him to the ground.
Lost 5 metres, New South Wales in that play.
Chris Johns runs into Jackson. 2.5 minutes to half-time. Elias down the blind side. Chip over the top. Langer covers. And Elias tries to drag him into touch. And he's hurt himself, Elias. Now Hoff trying to run to the open spaces. Two points to nil in a very bad, very dour game. McLean, he's lost it. New South Wales come up with it. 2 minutes to the break. Can New South Wales score with 1:20 seconds on the clock? Daley, Langer's coming in cover. Wrong foots him. Lewis wraps him up with Larson. Gillespie to take the settler. Stuart calling for Roach to take it up and said, here, blocker, it's yours. And the big fellow gets the pass away. Gillespie will hang on to it. Langer tries to get him by the jersey, and they've lost it. Bit of panic stuff from New South Wales. Now McLean. Over the halfway mark. He's effective when he hangs on to the ball, Michael McLean, but he's had a couple of go to ground. Here's Bella.
Gary Coyne coming on for McLean.
Now Larson. In the final 60 seconds to the break, to Langer. Over the top for Khan. The race is on. Khan's coming quickly. O'Connor always going to beat him to the ball, and it goes in touch in goal. So there'll be a time for Andrew G and Steve Roach. That's half-time. Bella pushes blocker away. Touch judges come in. That's the end of the first half. Bill Harrigan having a talk to both touch judges, Peter Betros and Ross Pickard.
Of course, this could be crucial if a penalty comes out of it to Queensland. Could take them that 4-point break at half-time. Obviously, New South Wales could do very little if it went their way.
Might be just a caution to Andrew G and Steve Roach. Elias is there with Roach.
From Harrigan's point of view, a handy time for that to happen. It'll be diffused by the break, and they'll come out with other things on their mind for the second half.
Warning, settle it down. Allan Langer over to Meninga. Well, he gave Elias a bit of a shove, but to his credit, Ben Elias stood his ground. Here's Allan. This is what you'll see from most of him in the second half. He just runs harder, runs straight. That's one of the impressive parts of his game, like Gary Larson has tonight, as Coyne is tackled 15 short of the halfway.
Second interchange for New South Wales. Geyer's on for Sirinen. Sorry, Sirinen's on for Mark Geyer.
Alexander now. Connor runs into Allen and Andrew G. Hasler will go to dummy half. And the same two men put him down on tackle too. Gillespie. Queensland lead 2-0. Here's Roberts into Bella. And the clubmates clash. So Stewart to test Hoff and Kahn. So it's Willie Kahn to Hoff, who tries to get around Hasler. No hope. No hope.
Great stuff there, Hasler.
Here's Kahn. Big, strong fellow.
He's really looked for work today, Willie Kahn.
Larson into Sirinen. All of a sudden, one has the impression, Andrew Slack, that the tactics have changed somewhat. The game, even at this early stage, looks a lot more compact than it was in the first 40 minutes. That's a better kick from Lewis. That'll give Alexander something to scramble along with. And now he'll try and run around Meninga. Well, he tried. Connor tries to sneak up the blind side, makes it to the 22. So Daley just outside the 22. New South Wales rucking it up. Sirinen's the wide runner. And Sirinen goes to ground. We'll go to the sideline and find out what went on in the Queensland dressing room at the break.
I just had a quick chat with Kevy Wallace, and Graham Lowe was reasonably happy. He wasn't happy in one aspect of the game is around the market play. They've got to work a lot harder and chase out there a lot harder. And also the return and kick plays, which we're about to see now. He wants them to bring them back with a lot more purpose.
Well, Hoff will run it back with a bit of purpose to the halfway, and Hasler and Daley are the tacklers. Langer from dummy half. Now Hancock. Can he run straight and hard? He's tackled right on the halfway mark. Lewis calling for it, but it goes to Langer. Meninga can't break tackles. Sirinen's got hold of him, so has Daley. And this is a very, very tight Winfield State of Origin match from Lang Park. Roberts into Andrew G. Larson is held up 10 metres inside New South Wales territory on the final tackle. Who's the kicker? Well, it's supposed to go to Lewis. Now, where will this bounce? Well, it stayed in the field of play. Kahn did the chasing, and he got Nick O'Connor. Alexander will try and scoot. G's got hold of him and puts him down. O'Connor will have to take the tackle again because there's no one back there. Langer puts him down on tackle 3. Now Elias to distribute for Gillespie. Runs into Langer. That's tackle 4. New South Wales still on their 10-metre line. Johns to take it up like a front row on tackle 5. Where are the forwards? Someone has to do some work. They kick on the final tackle. Hoff runs at Lyons. Almost got through. Ricky Stuart finished him off. As we go back to the boys on the sideline, what happened in the New South Wales dressing room with Tim Sheens?
Tim Sheens is very unhappy the way his side is going. He knows he's got the team to win, but they're just not putting it together. He wants more teamwork and more guts.
He would be disappointed. They never got a point in the first half. Jackson back to Lewis. Bella to run it up straight. Martin Bella takes on Sirinen. Queensland lead 2-0. Now it's with Coyne. Roberts went the shoulder charge. Sirinen affected the tackle. Langer. Dummies to Gavin Allen. Kicks ahead. Hasler, the man of the moment on the spot, took it brilliantly and didn't knock it on. Here's Lyons to Ettingshausen. And he's tackled by Peter Jackson. John's a dummy half looking for a runner. Can't find one. There's not a runner in the New South Wales pack. The hooker has to take it up. Elias will be screaming in a moment. New South Wales forwards with their hands on their hips. So the backs are doing all the work. They're in a huddle. No wonder Tim Sheens was dirty at half-time. If he's dirty at half-time, he'll be dirty now. The backs are doing the work. Sirenen. On to Larson. Back to Johns. Couldn't get the pass to Hazard. Hancock will have to move. Now, will he run around Hasler? He's going to give it a go. Gave him the don't argue, but Hasler again was too good. Langer goes to dummy half to Hoff. This game played at a cracking pace in the first 40 minutes. Gavin Allen into Roach. Roberts helps to put him down. Lewis. How's the bounce? Don't need me to say anything, just listen. You know,
This telecast is proudly sponsored by the bank that keeps banking your way, Metway Bank.
the crowd chanting for Lewis. Queensland only protecting a 2-point lead, but Lewis already trying to control the game as Daley tries to beat Jackson and Meninga, and he can't. He's got the pass back to Ettingshausen. Wrong footing a couple. Runs at 10 short of the halfway. Jackson was the tackler. Johns over to O'Connor. Tries to step through Larson and Coyne, throws him. A pass back to Hasler. New South Wales all in a... There's no back line inside of New South Wales. They're all in the huddle with hands on their hips.
The back line's too tired from doing the forwards work of late.
They're entitled not to be there. Someone's got to take it up the middle. Now Elias. What can he orchestrate to Lyons? He's dropped it.
They've had a very ordinary game. Cliff Lyons missed a couple of vital tackles. His opposite number, Wally Lewis, as I said earlier, underplaying his role but still doing the right things at the right time.
New South Wales at the moment are looking an untidy outfit. Only down 2 points to 0 as Meninga takes it over the halfway mark. A few of those forwards are not doing their job. Larson. Fit young athlete, Gary Larson. Blocker rates the tackler. Now Walters from dummy half.
He has made metres every time he's gone from dummy half today, Steve Walters.
On the final tackle, Langer. Up it goes. Alexander takes it well. Willie Kahn and Lewis with the chasers. Now can O'Connor step Kahn? He ran into Andrew G. So New South Wales 10 out from their own line. Daley. Where are the New South Wales forwards, Andrew Slack?
Well, I think Benny Elias, I don't know about his body, but his mouth will be tired at the end of this. He's surely screaming at them to get some work. And there, once more,
Chris Johns.
It's a winger doing the work. Chris Johns, he's taken it up about 4 times in the 9 minutes of the second half.
So Stuart, dummies, smothered. Now on the final tackle. Hancock and Kahn drop back as the goes to Elias. That'll go to Carnsman. Kahn's 5 metres inside New South Wales territory. Lewis over to Hoff. Tackled by Siren. Bella. Martin Bella. Big strong run from the big prop. 10 out from the 22. Queensland on a roll to Langer. Can't step inside. Back to Walters. Larson. And Gavin Allen on the 22-metre line takes the tackle. The Queensland backs line out. It goes to Langer. The long pass to Lewis, and he's got Meninga 15 metres away. And here's Jackson. Back to Meninga. To Willie Kahn. Back to Lewis. Back to Meninga. Meninga's going to take the tackle, 10 out from the try line, and this is number 6. Langer's in position to put it up. Will it be in the air or into the in goal? It's along the ground. Has it been tackled without the ball? New South Wales force it over the try line. Great chase from Larson.
Once again, the old firm working well there. Lewis, Meninga and Jackson over the Frank Burke stand side. The move made much easier by another missed tackle by Cliff Lyons. Could have easily been a muck up there, and Greg Alexander I don't think would have appreciated Andrew Ettingshausen, but it was danger time.
The chant goes up for Queensland. New South Wales only trailing by 2 points, but the long odds-on favourites are not looking the goods. Doesn't show much emotion, Graham Lowe, but I think at 2 points to 0 lead, he'd be pretty happy. There's 12 minutes gone in the second half. Allan over the 22. Coyne calls for it, and Walters goes on his own. He's 10 metres out from the line, throws it along the ground. Meninga will tidy up. Back to Jackson. Now to Meninga. Back to Coyne. Gary Coyne's inside the 10-metre mark. Lewis goes to dummy half. Now to Langer. Wrapped up on the final tackle. Lewis calls for it. This should be from behind Ettingshausen. Lewis kicks. Well taken by Johns. Hasn't let his team down tonight, Chris Johns. Daley wants to play in a winning side. He's played 3 games for New South Wales for no wins. Now Elias never stops trying. Larson the tackler. Roberts into Gavin Allen. They drive the big fella back with Walters. A 2-point lead mightn't see much. And now they're going to spin it on their own try line, New South Wales. That was almost forward to Hasler. Now they're on the final tackle. Stuart will have to hoof this as far as he can. The chase is on. And he left foots it.
Great chase from Martin Bellamy.
Hoff can't beat Daley and O'Connor. He's 8 metres inside New South Wales territory. Khan will scoot from dummy half. Daley watches him. Gillespie misses him. Khan straightens up. Larson will hit it straight. And they're 10 out from the 22. Here goes Peter Jackson. Has to come in field. It does so. Stays in the field of play. Now it'll go to Langer. Does he want Wally? No. He's looking for someone now. Jackson. Back to Lewis. Lewis going for the try line. A metre out. They're on the final tackle. Can Hancock spin it? He's given it to Hasler in an offside position. Hasler's accepted the pass. And now they can kick for goal here if Lewis so desires. And why wouldn't you? Yes, he's going to kick for goal. We'll be back in a moment. Penalty attempt. South Wales, I think, might appreciate a bit of breathing space here. Their forwards are not working. Intense concentration on the big man. It's coming back. It's coming back, but it's just wide. Now's a chance with Alexander into open space. He gets to the 22-metre line. Now O'Connor from dummy half. He's tackled by Khan and Walters. 16 minutes gone. Queensland lead 2 points to 0. Now through Stuart into Gillespie. He's prepared to work a bit and run a bit. Wrapped up beautifully by Larson. Now to Stuart. Lyons trying to put Daley into a hole. And he gives it to O'Connor. Now will Khan wait for him and put him down? Yes, he will with the help of Andrew G.
Sloppy is the only way you could describe the New South Wales attack of late. They're mistiming their runs. They're under pressure, as you see there. Stuart gets away, but again, it's not the kick he was showing early on. Because of that pressure put on by the Queensland defence, he can't put it on the spot he wants.
Hoff tucks the ball under his wing. He's 10 out from the 22.
It's been a while since New South Wales has been down this end of the field.
Finding it hard to get to his feet. Meninga will play the ball. And what's happened here? One of the New South Wales players going over.
its teammates. I just wonder there if Chris Johns collected Paul Hoff at the head right before the two players hit the ground. Perhaps a slight dose of concussion. Although he is feeling the AC joint there on the right shoulder, so perhaps it was there that the players made contact. But I do feel that the part that hurt was prior to hitting the deck.
Yes, the shoulder doesn't look too hot. There's Hasler coming over.
This telecast is proudly sponsored by Castlemaine.
It won't choose to happen.
Kevin Walters on the sideline with Steve run off.
Well, it could be anything. It's obviously the rider, whether it's arm, shoulder or wrist, but whatever it is, it's tender.
So we're back in action, so Lewis decides to kick the ball immediately to Alexander. And the chasers are G, Larson, Jackson, Meninga and Khan. So who's it going to be? Whoops. Now O'Connor. Larson tackles him. He's played really well tonight, Larson. Five metres outside their own 22. Steve Runoff is on the field. He has gone to the wing. Khan has gone to fullback. Stuart dumming to Lyons. Trying to pick up someone or other. Over to Cliffy Lyons. And Lewis puts him down. He gets the pass away. Now they flick it back. And John starts a run. I don't know if that stuff's all fancy on your own 22-metre line, Andrew Slack.
Well, it's all right if it's on your own 22 line, as long as you're doing it over the advantage line, which New South Wales aren't.
Hasler, just short of the halfway. Now they're on the final tackle. Stuart, will he kick? Khan and Renouf will have to hurry. Khan will pick it up. And he's tackled on the 22-metre line.
Gene Miles, you ever played in a game where Willie Khan's been fullback?
Yes, mate, he's done a good job for us. In the Lotto Challenge in the final, Willie went to fullback, and he's done a very good job.
Allen. So Queensland are 10 out from their own quarter line. Larson. Now the kick should be on from Jackson. And that runs well. So Alexander, who's he pick out? Does he pick Langer? No, he tries to go Meninga. But Alexander runs into Langer eventually. So that was a good kick and chase. Siren takes it to the 22. A quick play, the ball is good to Elias. He's missed by Allen and Bella, and now Hasler. Just runs all night, Des Hasler.
Just as well he does, because he's had no one else running off him, Benny Elias. There's a real reluctance to take it up. That's been going on most of this second half.
Roberts is put down by Larson.
Two replacements coming off for New South Wales. Brad Fiddler and Lazarus will be going on.
So here's Khan. Tries to run away from Hasler and Ettingshausen. They bottle him up. Hancock. 10 metres outside his own 22. 2 points to nil the score. We've got 20 minutes remaining. As Meninga goes down the short side, it's picked up by Daley. Khan will have to get him. He comes inside. Martin Bella holds on to him. 5 out from the line. New South Wales storming home. Here's Elias. He's tackled by Lewis. Queensland defend their own try line. 2 points to nil is the lead for for Queensland. Now it's with Stuart. Over to Gillespie. It's knocked back, and that'll be Queensland ball. That'll be shattering for New South Wales. The first on that, an attacking opportunity. Gavin Allen.
Put that save try down to Willie Khan.
Here's Coyne. Now Walters from dummy. Over to G. Shoulder charge from Roberts. Langer. over the top to try and split it. No goal. So New South Wales is still alive, well and truly. Meninga's kicked 1 from 4. And 3 were kickable. But he's had a marvellous game. And we're set for one... That's knocked backwards. 13 minutes of football as Steve run off is slung into the ground. Queensland lead 6-0. Can they protect that 6-point advantage? The long odds-on favourites have got some work to do, New South Wales. There's plenty of time. Kevin Walters, Meninga. Pass around the corner, gone loose. This should be play on. If New South Wales came up with the ball, of course, but they didn't. So the scrum will pack down.
So he should look worried, Tim Sheens. It's just been a patternless second half from New South Wales. The only time they've looked like scoring is from a drop ball from Queensland.
So what can their backs do? We'll soon find out. Mark Geyer. He's come on the field for the Blues. Fittler, big, strong young man, 10 short of the halfway. Few gaps up the middle. Lazarus. He's almost on the chalk at the halfway line. Well, who wants it? Well, Daley will have to cut it up on his own. And then they throw it over the top. Who wants it? Larson will dive on it, or Queensland will eventually dive on the ball. New South Wales are going backwards. Larson's hurt too. Now for Lewis. Turns, tackled by Brad Fittler. 10 metres inside New South Wales territory. Khan. He gets it back to Walters. Kevin Walters, 8 out from the 22-metre line. He'll play it to his brother Stephen, and then to Gavin Allen, and he's just short of the quarter. Queensland need to control the football and they'll win the game. Martin Bella's over the advantage line. He's inside the 22. He's got it back to Langer, and he'll take the tackle. Now they're on the final one. Is Lewis going to try a field goal? Well, Khan will have to kick it. He does so. And the race is on. Alexander's got it, and he's got a bit of room till he meets Mick Hancock. And he's tackled. Good kick from Khan. Now Johns. I reckon at the end of the game, the New South Wales backs are entitled to take the forwards' pay. Sirenen, met by Larson. 10.5 minutes to go. The chant comes out Queensland. Lazarus took that borderline, 10 short of the halfway. Now the runners come with the blocker. McGaw can't get the hands free, and now this is the final tackle. Here's Stewart. Daley's up flat. And that's a good kick. That'll find touch off the mound. 10 minutes remaining, Gene Miles. Can they hold on?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can. They'll win this scrum, and hopefully they'll just hit it up for a couple, and Wally will drive it down. And it's very important we keep them down in their half and don't give away a silly penalty, because New South Wales are using all their freshmen now, and there are a couple of dangerous individuals out there.
All right, Langer feeds 10 metres out from the line. Out the back it goes to Hancock. And now he runs strong. He runs straight. Well, straight for him anyway, even though there might have been a bit of 45 degrees in it.
Mark Geyer coming back on for New South Wales.
Oh, good running from Coyne over the advantage line, and New South Wales waited for him. Lost the ball. Crowd calling hit high. Looked legitimate tackle to me. Now, Daley, Grubbers in. Renouf should cover and have a little sprint. Try a big one. He's lost. No, he hasn't. I thought for a moment he's lost the football, but he did take the tackle. Allen into Sirenen. Also Lazarus. Langer out wide to Jackson, having a gallop. Just short of the halfway.
Geyer's on for Roberts.
8.5 minutes to go. Meninga from dummy half. Queensland have 2 tackles left. Lewis gets the kick in. Alexander knocks it back. Langer's first there. Couldn't get him. Larson has chased all night. Has been a very, very memorable performance from this young man, Gary Larson, a man from central Queensland who went to North Sydney about a couple of knee operations and got his chance tonight with the Kangaroo Bobby Lindner out and has made every post a winner. Now Roach wrapped up. Larson again in to do the tackling along with Kevin Walters. McGaw, he's tackled and almost threw a pass on the way to the deck, and they were too slow. New South Wales, Queensland never got the football.
Says it all, doesn't it?
Now Lewis, away it goes to Walters, and he'll take the tackle. There are 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Coyne, tackled by Geyer and Lazarus. To Walters at dummy half, to Gavin Allen. Well tackled by Geyer and Sirinen. Who's to hit it up now? Martin Bella through Langer. Now Walters. Dummies inside to Hancock. And he's found a bit of room inside the 22 on the final tackle. Lewis calls for it. Langer goes. Walters. Little grubber. And Alexander will take it 5-10 metres out from his own line.
Kevin Walters has been sharp since he's come on.
Andrew Ettingshausen into Walters. They bump. Queensland keep their straight line of defence. Here comes Geyer. Larson met him. Larson met him. Gavin Allen gave his weight.
Perhaps a hint of a smile on Graham Lowe's face. 6 minutes, 14 seconds away could be a real big smile.
Chrissy Johns at the 22-metre line. Two exhausted teams out here. Roach. 6 minutes remaining. Now McGaw's going to be ready for the chase downfield. Stuart calls for it. It's a big kick. It's a huge kick. It might even run dead. Renouf is going to have to hurry. McGaw's put him down. Someone better get the dummy half. It'll be Meninga to give it to Khan. Willie Khan, 8 short of the 22-metre line. Now Walters. That's Kevin. Gives it to Stephen. He's had a strong game. Queensland controlling the football. The kicking game all important. Lewis calls for it. Alexander. He's had 10 metres plenty. Here's Johns. He tried to put Ettinghausen away. Still a chance. E.T. with space. Not anymore. In the final 5 minutes, Queensland leads 6-0. Stuart. Geyer. He's lost the football. It's knocked back. He's ruled it's knocked on. But there was the big hit in there from Gavin Allen, I feel it was. Gene Miles.
Yes, mate, that was Gavin's big hit. He put on the big rock then and did cock the ball up. But there's some pretty anxious scenes down here on the sidelines, and Tim Sheens is as we go back to the play.
Willie Khan. Lewis is on his inside. He's going to try and make it. He's thrown it. Lewis has lost it. New South Wales ball. And there are players strewn all over the park. Now O'Connor. Renouf will have to get him. He tackled him well. 4 minutes remaining. Here's Brett Fiddler.
And not a single New South Wales person accelerating to get with Fiddler.
So now it goes to Lazarus. He's at the halfway mark. Queensland have to defend. Lewis limping back to position. Here comes Sirinen. Can he break them? No. Elias now to Stuart, and the kick's over the top, and here's Alexander. The bounce won't go his way. Queensland come up with the ball.
There's no way New South Wales deserve the bounce. If Queensland don't win this, to show how unjust football games can be.
Walters, stay in the field of play. Oh, he went into touch. And that's not good football. Kevy Walters on the first tackle. New South Wales to come up with a loose head and feed. There's 3 minutes remaining. Safety there was the name of the game. So Queensland will be called on to defend. New South Wales are going to throw everything at him. Here comes Mark McGaw. And it goes to Ettingshausen. And he's lost it. That's a knock on. He's ruled play on. Daley. Standing in tackles. Still going, Laurie Daley. 2.5 minutes to go. Can Queensland hold on? Here's Fittler on the 22-metre line. Here's Elias. Queensland are tired. They're waiting for the Blues to run, and Sirenen does exactly that. Now with Elias. Over to Stuart. Alexander. Daley kicks ahead, and he scored. Laurie Daley's in. It's going to get down to the kick. Laurie Daley has scored the try. Queensland leads 6 points to 4. 2 minutes remaining, and the kick is going to tell the tale, I'd say, for a draw or a Queensland victory. Andrew Slack.
There's Mick O'Connor's a slow old walk over to where Laurie Daley has scored the try. He knows the pressure's on him, but Laurie Daley, well-deserved. He's been one of New South Wales' best. I think he and Ettingshausen out wide. They haven't had much support. There's a little chip, the good option, around Hancock. Hancock just didn't have the time to chase. Daley struck.
Well, the crowd won't give him any peace, but he's a professional, Michael O'Connor. Everyone sits, waits, and watches. He's missed it. It's away, it's no goal. 38 seconds remaining. Queensland leads 6 points to 4. And without being parochial, Andrew Slack, I don't think Queensland deserve to lose it.
Oh, no way.
Or even draw it.
No way do they deserve to lose it. Do I need to mention that you picked Queensland to win by 2 points, AT?
You can mention it, I love it. Sounds great. But there are 19 seconds remaining. Queensland must kick off. And New South Wales must do something in the countdown to the last 10 seconds. That's a penalty. He's kicked it dead on the floor. That's a penalty.
It's not all over, Graham Lowe. Unfortunately for you, it's not all over yet. Mick O'Connor will get his other chance. He's walking up to halfway. The rule, of course, Mal Meninga, most people realise that when you kick it out of touch on the full, it's a penalty. When you kick it over the dead ball line, it's the same story. That's exactly what Malcolm Meninga did. Bill Harrigan has ruled, quite rightly ruled, that it's a penalty to New South Wales. The last throw of the dice.
Unbelievable finish to this Winfield State of Origin match at Lang Park. Queensland have to sweat it out again. And O'Connor hasn't been given the duty. It's been Alexander. There's the replay. The ball over the dead ball line.
The flags look quite still, but there is a bit of breeze, and of course the fact that Meninga was able to kick that ball over the touchline indicates that breeze is slight. The slight breeze is with Queensland, so conversely Alexander kicking into it, it would be one heck of a goal if he can manage it.
Can Alexander get the distance, Gene Miles? Well, Gino probably can't hear. He's probably got his fingers in his ears. That's what confronts the New South Wales fullback. The legs. Lewis takes the ball and he'll take the tackle, not voluntarily. That's it. Queensland have won it. But by golly, did they have to sweat it?